Hello, everybody. Happy to see you. Greetings, everybody. Greetings. I'm live both on the Clock app and on YT. My Clock app acting a fool. It's acting a fool. Oh, Lord. Greetings, good people. Single Terrier for life. Finally got a notification. Hey, notification. Yes. Hi, Michelle. Finally on time notification. That's why I be doing the timer. Because, the apps be doing whatever they want to do. Uh-huh. And she said about the headaches, I've been having them all week. Yeah, you should need to get you some feverfew herb. That helps really good with headaches. For teas, any of that, of course, check with your primary care physician. Okay. I ain't getting nary a notification. But see, that's how they do. They do us any kind of way. They do us all any kind of way. Us all. Brown skin. They do us any kind of way. But I can't get away from a video or a live of a MP. What is it? NPC, MP something. I can't get away from that. I can't get away from a live of somebody randomly popping balloons full of whipped cream. I can't get away. I can't get away from a live. Whatever, what with like, I can't get away from a live. Oh, you started some new medication, and they said it give me headaches. Oh, okay, that's what that is. That's what that was, rather. So, who got the headaches? You was getting ready to have it. Got you. Okay. But yeah, and then in that case, yeah, feverfew is a great herb to drink as a tea to help with headaches. All right, so we got some full moon readings today. As we know, coming up, we have the full moon in Pisces coming up on the 30th. All right. And so anytime we have a full moon situation, the full moon is always about it's full. Once you're full of something, you need to release that thing. Right. But interestingly enough, about this particular full moon in Pisces is that it brings about a hypersensitivity. All right. So our emotions can be all over the place. A lot of things can be all over the place. And you are likely to get a lot of downloads, spiritual experiences or encounters. I know some of y'all are going to be like, dear God. Yeah. Because the energy here is extra sensitive. It's just extra sensitive. So that's just, it is what it is. Okay. And so also a time to be very mindful of not taking things personally, because we have a hypersensitivity that's going on at this time. All right. And so we're doing some full moon readings today. How this is going to go is we are going to get first. Hold on. Let me close. Okay. So we're going to get a message from the moon energy. We'll get a message. Then we're going to get, I like how that sounds, a message from the moon. All right. We get a message from the moon energy, as well as what it is that you need to release and some crystals that you can work with to help you with that releasing. Okay. And if you want to get on the list for the full moon readings, go ahead and do that. My moon is in Pisces. Let me tell you something. If you look at tropical astrology, my moon and my rising is in Pisces. My moon and my rising is in Pisces. Yes. And so when I tell you I'm utilizing all the tools to keep me in alignment. Okay. To keep me in alignment. Yeah. I've had some I've been detoxing and things. And so I have my juice as well. This juice is a watermelon, cucumber, ginger, and lemon juice. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Now y'all gonna get y'all tissues together, and is, and you gonna have to get your tissues together. Michelle said, "I'm gonna get in line. I'm tickled to see what Spirit's gonna say. Release everything." Yeah, I definitely, before I get on here to do these readings, like anytime I always do a reading for myself. And they gathered me up by the hairs of my chinny chin chin. But I'm grateful. Okay. While we are letting the people get in line that wants to get in line, I also want to make mention of the ebook / resource guides that are available right now. We got the Art of Breathing, 21 breath techniques for wellness. Right. But I'm grateful. We also have my Florida water recipe. The people stay asking about this big old jug right here. The people stay saying, Darcell, you have this big old jug. Yes, I do. Of my Florida water. Okay. So if you want the recipe for that, it also, you get the recipe as well as the activation prayer for it. All of that comes in there. Yes, it does. Okay. So without further ado, we have Marshall first. Hey, Marshall. I love Marshall. Marshall is so kind. We got Patrice. And then we got Michelle. Come on, Marshall and Michelle. Okay. So we're going to start with Marshall here. Accountability to correction. That's the 1 and the 2. Come on now. The 1 and the 2. All right. Let me go ahead and say my prayer, y'all. And we shall begin. Okay. Good job. Here we go, Marshall. Let's go ahead and get you a message from the moon here. We have this here for Marshall. Marshall, before I even pull these cards here, I'm trying to get in line. Can I send it via PayPal? Yes, you can. Unpin the comment. What was the comment? Oh, yes. Yes, you can. You can send it via PayPal. Marshall, I don't know if it's that you like to hold back like your emotion, or if you are the type of person, you know, that starts to cry but tries to stifle it. I want to tell you this. I just read, I want to quote this exactly. Hold up. I need to quote it exactly because this blew my head back when I saw it. Um, it was a post that when I was a Christian, my former pastor, Claudette Anderson Copeland, Pastor Claude, Reverend Dr. Claudette Anderson Copeland. She said, "A good cry keeps the soul clear. A muffled, stifled cry keeps the head hurting." Okay? So I want you to stop that. Stop that holding back of the tears. Stop that holding back of the emotion. Serene says, I hold back all the time. Yes, when I feel I need to cry, I stop it. Okay, was that stopped up sensation I was feeling. Give yourself permission to not do that, right? That causes so much suffering, so much like that is a part of your body's detoxification center, right? Breathing, tears, all of that. You have to let that happen. That's the elimination of waste, both in the body and energetically. You got to let that happen. You can't hold that. You can't hold that back. Go on somewhere, wherever you can, and fall out. Give yourself permission to have a good old ugly cry. Let's get the message from the moon for you. All right. So we have full moon in Capricorn that comes up here. Full moon in Capricorn that comes up here. Speaking to the end of a tough cycle approaching. Well, I know you've heard me talk about it all the time, right? This whole year about how this year is about cycles coming to a close, right? This whole year is about cycles coming to a close, right? And so part of the reason why, Marshall, you got to release that energy is because that's a part of the cycle closing, right? So the struggle in particular to stability for you, and all the different areas of your life where stability is a problem, all of that is coming to a close, okay? And so that's why you have to assist that by letting your body release the energy that's stored, all right? You also have fixed moon, which comes out here, all right? Fixed moon. And so when fixed moon comes out here, this is talking about your vision, right? Making sure that you are keeping your goals at the forefront of your mind, because it's very easy for that to get stifled and lost and shut down and miss everything else that's happening. All right? So be very mindful of that. Keep your vision at the forefront, Serene. You also have North Node, which shows up here. I would encourage you to go look into your natal chart to find your North Node and read all about your North Node. All right. But you are also in a season where you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone in order to close these cycles. All right. So like even when we talk about the crying, that's uncomfortable for you to express that emotion, even to yourself, right? And so you're going to want to get that together, get you your time to yourself, take the risk, run the risk of pouring out your emotions, even if it's just to yourself. But you see, a lot of things when we talk about comfortability, people can get comfortable in abusive relationships, right? People can get comfortable in doing something that is harmful to them. People can get comfortable in that. All right? So you have to eradicate the comfortability and get to what it is that you actually need, which is release. This is what this full moon is about. Let's get some more specifics here as to what you need to release. Boom. Okay. We got the stop sign showing up here. When the stop shine. Come on, the stop shine. Stop in your shine. We got the stop sign showing up here. So, Marshall, with this stop sign, this is literally what I was just talking about. Holding back the tears, holding back. You are preventing the release because you are afraid of what's going to happen. You're afraid of what that feels like. But this is, listen, it's exactly what you need to do. The very same place, and here, everybody, hear this and then run and tell two people. The very place you don't want to go is where your healing is. Hello. The very place you don't want to go is exactly where your healing is. The very place you don't want to go is exactly where your healing is. So if you keep stopping yourself from going there, dear God. In addition to that, for what you need to release, you have the haunted house coming up here. And when the haunted house presents itself, this is talking about holding on to anything in the past that no longer serves you. Past environment, past spaces. Y'all know who's been watching for a long time. We talk about, who do we talk about? What's the name of the ghost that we talk about? What is the name of the ghost that we talk about? Agnes. Agnes is this ghost that haunts a house she lived in the 1600s. Now, Agnes is still haunting that house, knocking down stuff, cutting off lights, shaking cabinets. Agnes. It's been 400 and some odd years, Agnes. What's going on? You in there shaking cabinets? It's been 400 years, Agnes, since you died. Don't be Agnes. So I want you to sit with yourself, and for this full moon coming up, I want you to sit with yourself and write down the experiences that you're still holding on to, the thoughts you're still holding on to, that's prohibiting you and holding you back. We also come with the proverb that says, we are what our thinking makes us. Right. Get you. That's how I have to tell Agnes. We are what our thinking makes us. So your focus is to release your attachments to past experiences that no longer affect you and that you can't do anything about, and also your way of thinking. Okay? Negative thoughts. I want you to look up dominant negative thought patterns. and identify the ones that you battle with. Without surprise, smoky quartz comes up here. Smoky quartz. Smoky quartz literally is for letting go. You want to work with smoky quartz. You also want to work with rainbow obsidian crystal at this time. Rainbow obsidian is going to help you heal the heart chakra, because I feel like a lot of this hurt has to do with family, okay, and close relations. And then lastly, some blue lace agate. Blue lace agate. All right? Blue lace agate is going to help you find your peace and your calm. Sir, Marshall, don't be Agnes. Please. Do that for me, Marshall, and don't be Agnes. For me. If you ain't going to do it for you, do it for me. Don't be Agnes. Okay? You got it, Marshall. All right, I got Patrice. This is who I have on my list so far. Patrice, Michelle, Larry, Tawanda, and Jaleesa. She said, I don't want to be Agnes. You're not going to be Agnes. Not on my watch. Not on my watch will you sit here and be Agnes. Hey, Patrice. I see you, boo. Let's go ahead here with Patrice. Let's go ahead with Patrice. And if y'all not part of my Patreon, that's all I'm going to say about it. Let's go with Patrice. Hey, Patrice. Let's go ahead and tap in for Patrice. I rebuke Agnes. You know what? Agnes is probably getting toe up in the spirit by everybody who heard that message. I want to be Agnes. Agnes like, God damn. Because the goal is to not want to be Agnes so bad that Agnes don't even want to be Agnes. Okay? So we could loose Agnes from up out of there. Loose here, Agnes. Loose. All right, Patrice. Here we go. Okay, Patrice, let's start here. The spirit showed me you cleaning up. Hey, greetings. Hey, the Taurus. The spirit showed me you cleaning up, but like overly cleaning and overly straightening things up, right? Overly like looking down, making sure stuff is even and level. This has to do with a spirit of perfectionism, right? Not wanting to make a wrong step, not wanting to mess up, not wanting to go a little bit to wanting to be exactly perfect, both in your individual life and also your family duties. The spirit wants you to relinquish yourself of that. Relinquish yourself of your perfectionist view. Because what happens is when you don't get things all the way right or all the way on point, all the way perfect, then all the negative thoughts start flooding in. Right? Then we shell up and we don't move forward. The perfectionist attitude also prevents us from trying new things, from exploring new things, because we have a idea or expectation to get it right on the very first try. Okay, so please examine the ways in which you have that perfectionism. In what ways you want to be right, you want things to be perfect, and also relieve yourself of that pressure. Okay, let's get your message from the moon. All right, so first thing that comes up here, we got the mutable moon, which comes up here, which says nothing is set in stone. Nothing is set in stone. Literally, right? With what it was that I was just saying. Both, this is talking about the understanding that things change, right? That the way in which something is right now, it will not be like that always. But you have to be okay with that change, right? There are things that we're going to discover about ourselves that we're really good at, and there's things we're going to discover about ourselves we're like, dear God, right? But being okay with figuring out where the errors are or where you can improve so that you can improve. Okay? Nothing is set in stone. That's also as it pertains to your mistakes in the past. All right? You are always able to alchemize that energy. You don't have to sit in that space. All right? You also have North Node, which comes out here, that comes to speak about stepping out of your comfort zone. If you don't, hopefully you do know how to access your birth chart. If you don't, literally look up birth chart or birth calculator or natal chart, and you can literally find it, right? But you want to look for where your North Node is placed, because that's going to help you get out of this comfort. Now, I want y'all to notice something here. Now, for the past two readings, this getting out of this comfortability, right, has been coming up. Why is that? Because the full moon is about releasing, right? It's about getting rid of these old ways, these things that done settled, and releasing them. Okay? So please go and look at that. You also have another message for the moon. We got the super moon here. Okay? Super moon, which is talking about emotions running high. Okay? So we know that to be true just by way of this full moon in Pisces and all these other planets that we got in retrograde. Same thing I was talking about earlier. A lot of things are coming to a close. A lot of cycles are coming to an end. So you can expect, just like when your favorite TV shows start ending, and we all nervous, excited, mad, angry, sad, crying, you can expect that same type of experience with that as well. Okay? So with that being said, please make sure that you are kind to yourself as these feelings and these thoughts, these emotions come up, right? Make sure that you are being kind to yourself, because things from the past are going to have to surface if there are remnants of that in your energy. And this is what we're going to release. She said, I'm so hard on myself. Yeah, that's why they were showing me that perfectionism. You got to relinquish all of that, boo. And at the bottom of the deck was full moon in Scorpio, which is it's time to release the negativity. And that's exactly that. The negativity associated with the ways in which you view yourself. We're releasing that. Let's get a honey, we already figured out what we need to release, but let's get some clarification here. Boom, 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 boom. We got Papa Peace. Papa Peace, who's the ancestor of mindfulness in reverse, talking about negative thoughts. Confirmation. We got Aunt Honey here. Honey is the ancestor of judgment in reverse, talking about how you judge yourself. Let me tell you something. I am a writer. I'm a creative, honey, but you can't make this up. Okay? You can't make this up. All right? And a proverb here, the bread you have is worth more than the fish you don't. That proverb means that learning to be okay with what it is you have and not beat yourself up over what it is you don't have, what you still need to accomplish, what you still need to do better. You have to do that. All right? Take yourself a good old cleansing bath. Take yourself a good old spiritual bath. Go to the water. Go to the water. Go to the water to be baptized. All right? You can do a simple white bath here with some coconut milk. You can go to the store, get you some carnations, some white flowers of some sort. You can get you some mint, peppermint, or regular mint, and put that in the water, okay? And get you a white candle. Very simple. Very simple. Mints for cooling and clearing, and also for elevating. The coconut milk, coconut definitely cleanses energy, and also protects energy. And it also can be used to break energy as well. And make sure that it's a cool bath, so it can't be your hot water. We're trying to shake it up out you. Okay, my dear? Crystals. And I'm live on YT, so if you need to run it back, run it back. Not Moonstone came out for you. All right, so we got Moonstone here for you. We got Crystal Praise. And we got Bloodstone. Moonstone, Crystal Praise, and Bloodstone. All of this is helping you to get up out of stagnancy. Help you get moving, right? And help you to live in your true purposeful energy. So work with those. Let me know if you received it, Darcell. Okay, let me go check. Let me go check. I got Michelle next. Let me go check real quick. Take me to the water. Yeah, I got you, Jordan. I got you. Okay, so let me see if I can go by my email. All right, so I got Michelle right now, then Larry, then Tawanda, then Jordan, then Jaleesa, and then Desmond. I think that's how it's said. So that's the order. So pay attention now. I got Michelle right now, then Larry, then Tawanda, then Jordan, then Jaleesa, then Des. Man. Yes. Okay. So Michelle, are you here, boo? You are so welcome, Patrice. Stop being hard on yourself, please. If you don't stop being hard on yourself for you, stop being hard on yourself for me. Desmond, got you. Thank you, Kay. Michelle may be a little delayed because you know that's YouTube likes to do that. Hey, Lynn. Hi. I love Lynn. Lynn don't want me to get no tattoos, y'all. She don't want me to get no tattoos. She said leave it alone. She don't want to see tattoos. She don't want to see nothing. Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead. I'll go next in a Zoom meeting. Skip. Okay, I got you. I'll skip you. She said I'm in a Zoom meeting. Okay. You see this? Y'all cracks me up. The Lighthouse does anything. They say, "Ooh, child, I'm in the middle of a Zoom." Not you getting a reading while you in the Zoom. Okay, Larry. Larry, are you here, Larry? I know Larry's here. I'm here. My manager just pulled me into a meeting. Oh, okay. Mask quick question. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Taurus? I'm waiting for Larry's confirmation. Michelle said, and my internet acting up in this rain. I got you. No. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Can spirit guides be relatives? Absolutely. Spirit guides can be your ancestors. Mm-hmm. And also, just know that when anyone passes away, um, they become an ancestor. Okay, they're in the ancestor realm, the spirit realm. Okay, anyone pass away in your family, that's immediately ancestor realm. Okay, so yes, they can be. Okay, I don't see. I don't see Larry. I'm see who respond first. Um, Jordan, are you here, Jordan? Whoever respond first. Thank you, Jaleesa. Jaleesa said Jaleesa's here. Cause he probably said I got one person in between me, then it's me. Now let me check because y'all done went. Jordan is here. Okay, Jordan, I'm gonna go ahead and go with you. And then I'm gonna do a call again to see if Michelle is ready then. All right, we said it. I'm feeling like he may be my relative. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. They can definitely be your relatives. All right. Oh, I got you, Taurus. I got you. All right, Jordan. Here we go, Jordan. I just have to say, when I need a good laugh, I go back to that Agnes video. You up getting us together. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. Okay. Here we go, Jordan. Let me say my prayers and we'll get started. Jordan, don't be afraid of falling. The spirit showed me you way atop a tall building, and it was funny because like you were balancing on like the point of the building. Jordan, you have to not be afraid of the fall. Let me tell you something. I was meditating with Obatala, the Orisha Obatala, and he kept having me have visualizations of me climbing up this mountain. Okay. When I finally, it took me a week and some change to be able to get a clear visualization of me climbing up this mountain and sitting next to him where he was. Baby, as soon as I got there, now I had to sit like him. So I'm like, now I got to visualize myself legs crossed, sitting down. A lot going on. Then, as soon as I was able to do that, Jordan, he pushed me. And you ever been nodding off and then you felt yourself drop like that? I felt that in meditation. He pushed me and I went falling and I was screaming, right? I could, in my meditation, I could see myself screaming. I was freaking out. But I never hit the bottom. And I heard him tell me, you are afraid of the fall because you think that you can fall to your death. The purpose of falling is never to end you, but to give you a different perspective. Okay? And so I need for you to embody that principle. Even if I go for this and I fail or I fall, even if I was on top of my finances and I fall, even when I was on top of my business and I fall, even when I was on top of my health and I fall, it is to give you a different perspective. If you are here alive and well to realize that you have fallen, then it is supposed to teach you a perspective and not to end you. So I want you to keep that in mind. Don't be afraid of the fall. Don't be afraid of the mess up. Don't be afraid of the misstep. All right? It's just a perspective shift. And you can never enjoy the top of the mountain if you've not looked at it from the ground. Let's get you a message from the moon. Jordan, what I find so interesting about this is, we got full moon in Libra. I find that so interesting that this is the card that comes out, and your username is the unbalanced man. Why would you make that your username? That's why the spirit showed me you up at the top of this thing, struggling to stand still. Okay? This here full moon in Libra energy here is coming to speak to the scales being balanced, right? You may feel like an unbalanced man. However, whatever it is that you are dealing with and working through at this particular time, it's gonna be a win-win outcome. It's gonna balance itself out and it's gonna end up working how it is that you wanted it to work. Or shall I say, the best way. All right? It's gonna be the best way that it could possibly go. So while the scales may feel like right now and the weight stacked against you, the spirit, the energy of the moon, what the moon symbolizes, is coming to teach you or remind you that the scales are going to balance itself out. Again, this is your time. And when I tell you this is so on point for you and for the time in which we're doing, literally the full moon in Pisces card came out. Okay? So I will get to that in just a second. This balance here of spirituality and practicality, right? This lesson here, learning how to look at the real physical aspects, but also understand the spiritual truth behind it. All right? This is a pinnacle time for you. So I really need you to take what you get from this reading and really, really see it through for this full moon coming up on the 30th. Okay. And as a connected message, we got full moon in Capricorn. Okay. This full moon in Capricorn comes to speak of the end of cycles. This is the second time today it has come up. The end of cycles. This is why the spirit was saying, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of that. You're not falling to your death. We give you another perspective, and it's going to balance itself out. So whatever it is that the cycle is that we're struggling with or you're striving and working through, that stuff is going to balance itself out. It's coming to an end. You just have to make some adjustments. And let's look at the things you need to release. Okay. So we have the gumbo pot. All right. We got the gumbo pot, which shows up here. So when the gumbo pot shows up, the gumbo pot speaks to everybody being in your business. Speaks to, let me be clear, in this sense, speaks to having to embrace your uniqueness, right? Opposite of, or in spite of what others may say or what others may think. All right? You are a diverse individual, and you should maintain the right to express you in the way that you need to express you. So whatever the fears are connected to doing what it is that you know you need to do, showing up in the world the way you need to show up in the world, you got to release those. There's so many ways to release it. You can release it in prayer. You can release it with burn letters. You can write it, burn it up, honey, let it blow in the wind. All right. You could get a coconut, a melon or something, write it all out, all of the things that you're wanting to release, and you can go outside and bust that on the concrete. Okay. But for you, these expectations that you've even internalized, that weigh on you when you don't think you're being as successful as you should be. We have a proverb here that says, if two wise men always agree, then there is no need for one of them. That's one of my favorite proverbs, right? Which is why I say that if it is that people have an opinion on you, it doesn't matter. You don't have to agree on me. You don't have to agree with me about me. In fact, I expect you to disagree. But I'm not going to take that any further, more personal than that. Also, we have a proverb that comes up to say, what is a tree without the soil? This is speaking to the importance of being grounded, right? And knowing what it is that you stand for. While you are doing the releasing, I want you to also remind yourself of what it is you're rooted in. Are you clear on your beliefs? Are you clear with where you stand spiritually? Any room for ambiguity, any blurred lines makes an opportunity for confusion to enter into the space. So, clarify that. Let's get you some crystals. Oh, ooh, all of us are afraid today. Yes. So, crystals, we got pink opal showing up for you, boo. Pink opal. Be kind to yourself. All right? It's going to help you love yourself through the process. You got some sodalite here. Sodalite. Sodalite comes to help us with the throat chakra. And guess what the throat chakra is about? It's your communication center, but it's also your how you express yourself. Okay? And then some blue lace agate. Blue lace agate. Blue lace agate helps you to find your calm. Okay, Jordan. Thank you. I was finna throw this hair wrap off. I tied it too tight. Okay. Now let me go back. Michelle. And then Larry. Michelle, you're here? Good. All right. Is y'all doing all right out there? Thank you, Darcell. Big love. Big love to you too. And change that username to the Balanced Man. Okay? Change it, because that's what's wrong with you now. Okay? Just so you know, I have room for, hold up. Wait a minute, y'all. That doesn't seem right. My math ain't mathing. Oh, I have room for 2 more people on the list. Sorry. All right. So if you want to get on the list, 2 more people, go ahead and slide on over there. Yeah, 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 yeah. If you can't get it today, I'm gonna give some more of these tomorrow. In fact, I'm probably gonna keep them up until the full moon. All right. Let me go ahead and say my prayer. And we shall begin, Michelle. Michelle's an OG. Okay. And Michelle stresses me out. But I love her. Okay, Michelle, let's look at this. Okay, Michelle, let's start here. The cash app's right there, honey. in order for you to get on. Let's start here. The spirit showed me you like getting underneath this huge like shaded covering, almost trying to hide. Okay. Now, don't you, I feel like Medea, don't you know we can see you? So I don't know what this hiding spirit is about. Either trying to conceal your emotions, conceal your true feelings, but you literally can't do that. Okay? You can't do that. Anything related to hiding yourself, think again. All right? Either hiding yourself from your potential, but it's just an overall energy of like ducking back and covering yourself. Whatever that is, release that because we can see you. Okay. And also makes me feel like, too, you're better off just addressing certain things because you can't really hide how you feel. So you're better off just coming out saying what it is than you would be, you know, trying to hold it in. I got you, Lexi. You know, just go ahead and tell it like a TI is, y'all. Okay? You better off just saying it because the people feel it. And then you be like, I didn't even say nothing. You didn't have to. You didn't have to say anything. Okay, let's get your message from the moon. Let me tell y'all something. The way this has me screaming. I'm just going to say this. I'm going to give a little tidbit. If you are getting readings done and so on as using cards, oracle cards, tarot cards, whatever, right? If it is for a specific thing like full moon readings or whatever, the cards and things that come out should be connected, should tell us a story that is related to what it is that y'all talking about. Okay? I say that because again, the full moon in Pisces it's come out. Full moon in Pisces comes out here again. All right? Full moon in Pisces comes out yet again, indicating that this is a time for you, Michelle. All right? That this particular energy of releasing, the practice of releasing on this full moon is something that you definitely need to do. You definitely need to do that. Okay? You got to do that because you need to eliminate the things that's causing you to be unbalanced. That's causing an imbalance, right? And so that's some of the negative thoughts attached to why it is you keep trying to cover up and hide what it is that you think. You like, what do you think is going to happen by way of you doing that? The truth does not change. Okay, what is truly true does not shift. Okay, the truth is still going to be true. All right, so is it that you are called to do a thing? I'm trying to run from what God got for me. Plus, I'm getting tired of talking. Ninjas don't listen. Okay. Well, maybe whoever the ninja is that's not listening, maybe you don't need to. They may not need to be in the space anymore where they need to be talked to. Okay. Now, you have this. The first quarter moon, your commitment is being tested. This commitment here. Now, I feel like playing how the poker players play, honey, or the spade players, and they put that joker up there like this. When they put that joker up there like this, you know it's finna hit ferociously. Or they lick it and put it on their forehead. Your commitment is being tested. Now, your commitment to what it is that you tell yourself is being tested. Are you going to be more committed to a situation than you are to yourself? Are you going to be more committed to an image of something than you are to yourself? What is it that you are going to be committed to? Guess what? When you figure that out, come this full moon, write it down, burn whatever it is that you are no longer being committed to. Hello, because what you are not committed to is what needs to be released. Okay? And this, whatever this is, has been impacting your prosperity. It's been impacting your abundance. You don't got no room for no prosperity with stuff you need to release. So whatever this is has both energetically been affecting your abundance and literally been affecting your abundance. Okay? To support you running from what God got from you, the waxing moon, waxing crescent moon comes up here, which speaks to having faith in your dreams. What did they say? Glenda say, if you believe within your heart, you know that no one can change the path that you must go. Let's see what you need to release. Oh! So we have Uncle Tip, which shows up here. We got Uncle Tip, which shows up here. So there's a couple of things that Uncle Tip represents. A man that is causing havoc in your energy field that needs to be released and let go. Uncle Tip also comes to speak about habits, overindulging in habits that cost you. That needs to be released. Okay? All right? Because the indulgence, Uncle Tip was a drinker. Uncle Tip would drink, smoke, gamble. But the lesson in that is all of these are coping mechanisms. Okay? All of them is coping mechanisms. And when we have these coping mechanisms that are toxic, we then become toxified. All right? So I want you to think about your habits and practices that you know is toxic for you, that's not healthy for you. People, males in particular, that may not be healthy for you, that's toxic. You got to release that as well. Okay? Also, we got the garden here, which shows up in reverse. All right? This is talking about anything that's not helping you to grow. If it's not helping you to grow, then what is it helping you do? Stunt. And not flashy stunt, but stunt like stunt your growth. Okay? You also have a proverb that comes here to say, hear first, look second. So this means being releasing the superficial, releasing the idea of maintaining a certain image, right? Get free from that. Get free from that. It don't matter what it looked like. It matters what it is. All right. So release anything that you are surface level okay with. But in the depths, it's not right. That got to be released. Let's see what crystals you can work with on this time, Michelle. Okay, 3 crystals come out here. Blue lace agate comes out for you. Blue lace agate is good for the throat chakra, but it's also good for finding your sense of calm. We got Amazonite here. Amazonite, which speaks to... Wait a minute. Michelle said, I'm trying to release baby daddy, but a homeless baby daddy is more useless than he currently is. Okay, girl. Well, I'm going to pray. Well, I'm going to pray that we can find a balance in that. And I know you will. I know the time is going to be right. It's just making you aware of it. Okay. And then you got crystal praise here. Crystal praise. Crystal praise. Crystal praise helps you to call in abundance and just an energy of reciprocity. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, y'all got a lot of emotional energy going on because I feel hot. I feel hot. Okay. Let's continue. I am determined to walk. Determined to walk. Ooh. Larry, are you here, Larry? Larry, then Tawanda, then Jaleesa, then Desmond, and then Lexi. Larry better be here, okay? Because Larry was the way Larry was terrorizing me yesterday. I know he better be here. Hey, Larry. All right. Here we go, Larry. Here we go. Let me say my prayer. We'll begin, Larry, with this good old full moon. Read it, read it. Larry, did you experience a lot of violence growing up or a lot of violence in your life? Michelle said, I got my divination done and I've been gagging ever since. Baby, that divination is something else. Larry says, yes. Okay. So immediately, that is the very first thing that I saw was a violent exchange. And so what I feel, Larry, is I feel like you, by way of experiencing all of this violence, I think you have built yourself a fortress. You have built yourself a protective fortress around you. Um, you know, because you've only really seen, I'm not gonna say only, but you have witnessed a lot of relationships between people, not just romantically, but between people violently, right? And so you go forth in the world with an armor on because you feel as though you have to constantly protect yourself from impending danger, potential danger, but at the core, all of us want to be nurtured and mothered and loved and have intimacy and be vulnerable at the core. And so I completely, I understand that. I feel like you have done, by way of this, by way of trying to keep yourself safe, you have pushed a lot of people away, both voluntarily and involuntarily, because your energy speaks to that. Okay? And so this is one of the things that I want you to not only focus on releasing when this new moon comes, this full moon comes up on the 30th, writing down all the ways in which you have put up this armor, put up these blockages. Okay, I want you to look at that, and I want you to release those things. Now, we can do an energy release, but the true release comes by way of the consistent practice and the consistent thoughts. I also want you, Larry, to study the heart chakra and the sacral chakra. Both of those centers have to do with relationships with other people, with trusting, with emotions, and with the inner child, and also with intimacy. All right. I want you to look that up. You can watch videos on it, do affirmations on it, meditation, so forth and so on. Okay, because I really feel like that right there is at the crux of your healing journey. That. So let's get you a message from the moon. Because I feel like you appear angry, but what we really feel from you is sadness, right? And that you need to be nurtured. You need to be held, you know? And so let's get a message from the moon for you. Larry says, yo. Let's see. Okay. So the great news here is that even with that being the case, you have been placing yourself in spaces where you can get the growth and you can get the necessary healing. And so you need to be very proud. And so the moon, this feminine energy, is speaking to that with the new moon showing up here in Capricorn. Okay? New moon in Capricorn. This is the card that comes up. All right? And continue to do that. Also, we got full moon in Sagittarius, which shows up here. Of course, all this full moon energy, which shows up here with the need to zoom out, okay? And look at the bigger picture that's present. Okay? Jax, could you respond to Amana's comment on YT? About the ancestors thing. I'm confident you can respond and answer that. So look at the bigger picture. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Because what happens is, Larry, you get real close up on a thing and you can't see nothing but that thing. Right? And so that's why we need to have people where we could be like, yo, am I crazy? Am I seeing this crazy? Can you help me see this clearer? Okay. And then the people can be like, yeah, Larry, you a little off on this. Or no, you seeing it how it is. Right? But that's your first goal. Anytime, or rather your first step, anytime something comes up, Larry, I want you to immediately zoom out. That's going to help you. A new start is coming. We got the new moon, but we got the new moon here. All right. New moon, new moon, new moon, speaking to a new start coming. And so with this new start coming up, in order to get to that newness, we got to release the oldness. All right. We also to combine, or rather further emphasize this message, we got the full moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches. So if you are in the Patreon, we talked about this. We talked about how, the closing, how this whole year of 7 is about cycles coming to an end, cycles closing, right? And so by way of your practice, by way of you being in alignment, you are bringing an end to this. Okay? Larry, you need to take the advice. I told someone the other day, I said, you need to go get a massage. You need to go get a massage. Okay? Because when you go get a massage, you can get that intimate touch, non-sexual touch, but just we need to feel good, all right, and be loved on. Find a Black grandma and say, can you just give me a hug? And Black grandmas, honey, they'll pull you in, rock you from side to side, give you about 4-5 pats on the back. Okay, so we know what we need to release already, so let me give you some crystals. And if you want help with this and developing a plan or talking through some things and getting clear on some things, you can always book a coaching session and we could talk it through and work it through, because I'm working on a whole project right now for Black men and I know how hard it is to be a Black man trying to navigate emotions that we were never taught to navigate. Okay? You got smoky quartz crystal. Smoky quartz crystal is all about letting go. Okay? Unakite. 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 Unakite helps us to stay present and live in the now. Okay? And then we got carnelian. Carnelian helps us with the creativity, but it helps you specifically with the soul, with the sacral chakra, which was the chakra that I was talking about before. Okay? Thank you, Larry. You're going to be all right, Larry. Okay? Larry just looks mean, y'all. Mm-hmm. Deja, what? Now I got to drop the link, Deja? Deja stay terrorizing me. I can't have nothing without Deja. Fine. Okay. Now I have, this is who's left on my list. Tawanda is who I have right now. Thank you, Larry. Tawanda is who I have right now. Then I got Jaleesa, Desmond, Lexi, and Cole. And that's the completion of my list. So let me go ahead and drop this. Okay, so this is what I'm finna do. I have to pee. Okay? So because I have to pee, I'm gonna play this music. And don't worry, it's from my channel. Okay, so we're not gonna get shut down for copyright. Okay, so I can go and pee and be back to finish. I know y'all was in here like y'all was at the spa. I know y'all was in here like y'all was at the spa. Okay? What y'all in here talking about? Okay. Now we're back. All right. Now, let me continue. With Tawanda. Hi, Tawanda. Where's Tawanda? After Tawanda, it's Shalisa. I see you, Tawanda. Not Tawanda Vision. Okay, you know what? I'm screaming. I am screaming at that name. All right. All right, Tawanda, here we go. All right. Say my prayer. And we will begin. All right. Okay. Tawanda, is it of your experience that as a child you had to sort of navigate a lot of things by yourself? Because what I'm feeling is this kind of like growing up quickly, and having to learn how to self-soothe. Yeah, like having to process a lot of things by yourself. Mm-hmm. Tawanda says yes. Okay. Yeah. Because it kind of made me seem like, made me feel as though the adults present kind of were in their own world, or they had their own things and they didn't really have time to soothe or comfort you through what it is that's going on. So it feels to me that you have carried that with you throughout your life, where emotionally or with anything, because you've had to do it alone, you feel as though you'd rather do it alone, or you're used to hopping into that solo dolo gear. Okay? So with that being said, I'm sort of clear on the direction of what we need to release here, but I want to get the moon message first. Okay, so what's so funny, Tawanda, is literally this moon in Pisces is also a blue moon, right? Literally, the blue moon card comes out here. All right? The blue moon card comes out to speak to believing in the impossible, but more specific to you is that inner child work and that inner child wonder. You know, because when we were children, right? We believed in all types of things. We thought we could fly. We thought we were fairies. We thought we had superpowers and all types of things. But what the spirit is wanting you to do, and this is along with this Pisces imaginative full moon energy, is release the holds on your imagination. Release the holds on your dreaming, right? Because that's why I talked about the inner child work. I talked about that, about you having to self-soothe and kind of grow up quickly, you know. And so living in that practicality and that reality, and, you know, kind of cuts out this opportunity for dreaming, right? And so I want you, absolutely, Camille, we had imagination. I want you to give yourself the opportunity to dream again. I don't care how crazy it may sound to you. I don't care how unattainable it sounds. Give yourself the freedom to even just imagine that type of a reality for yourself. So for you, releasing is letting and dropping those bounds, those restrictions, those parameters you have placed on your dreams. Okay? Because time is not running out. You still have time to do whatever it is that you want to do. You just got to get that spark back and give yourself permission to dream again. Okay? We have the new moon in Cancer. All right? This comes to speak to, well, it says here, you and your loved ones are safe. I feel like because of what they were showing me about how you've had to take care of everybody and all of that, you tend to over-concern yourself with the well-being of your family and the people that are connected to you. And then you end up self-sacrificing, right, in order to help, heal, lift up, do all that for others. The spirit is trying to tell you they already got somebody else to do this. The spirit is already telling you they have. Let me tell you something. What they saying, Dream Girls? You got the same dress I got? Yeah. You got the same wig I got? Yeah. Then shut up. You got the same ancestors I got? Yeah. You got the same spirit team I got? Yeah. You got the same God I got? Yes. You got the same universe I got? Yes. Then shut up. Right? We know that you can fix it. We know that you can show up and help others and be present and do it. We listen. You have a doctorate degree in assisting others. All right? But when you need assistance because you've not had it, you also don't ask for it. And that's why the full moon and Leo card comes up here. Don't let pride get in the way. Because I know completely, speaking straight from a Leo, I know completely about that. About being the one to have things together, take care of everybody, and being afraid to demonstrate there being some type of vulnerability or some type of vulnerable moment. So just like the spirit was showing me earlier about you and your inner child, that's where you need to focus that releasing on. Focus on the sacral. Because the image that they showed me that gave me what I told you was of a child walking with like a doll sort of in her hand and going to open these doors in the house, but the doors would not open. Right? So that is that image for me of you having to self-soothe. And so you have locked into that pattern of self-soothing so much that you don't allow people in to help you and you don't ask for help. And so you end up just stacking and piling on stressors. Hey, Auntie. Hey, elements of the Trinity. Hey, hey, hey. One thing about her, she come in and get out. First you gotta get in, then you gotta get out. All right? So that's that. Let's get a clarifier here. Then we're gonna get you some crystals that you should be working with at this time. Yeah. And so, just to clarify, we got what are the roots without the soil in reverse, which lets me know that this is, in fact, talking about those beginnings, right? Those younger years, the growing up, right? And the things attached to that that you have to release. We also have the hospital, which shows up here, which talks about getting help, getting assistance, right? So, this can come in the form of therapy. This could come in the form of working with the spirit guide. This come in the form of booking a coaching session. It could be all of that. Appreciate you too, Larry. I appreciate you. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I think also too, you have to release this fear of change, of things coming out of nowhere, or and you thinking that you may not be able to deal with it. Um, the unexpected shifts. Mm-hmm. And so we gotta come up out of that. Because change is gonna happen. I have learned to isolate myself to cope with life. Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, loose here. Okay? The problem with isolation, y'all. The problem with isolation is isolation, how do I want to say it? Isolation is not solitude. Right? All right, Jax. Love you. Solitude is when you spend time with yourself, but you are in a good state of being. Isolation is not that. Isolation is when you are alone in your head without adult supervision. It's when you have shut everybody out and you're trying to figure it out on your own because you believe you are on your own. And that doesn't produce good thoughts. Let's see some crystals. Spirit is right on time. We got Unakite here. Unakite crystal. Live in the now. Rainbow obsidian, which is going to help with the heart chakra. Healing the heart. Healing those relationships. Chrysocolla, which has to do with starting fresh. You can get these as bracelets, as the actual crystals, as necklaces. You can get it in a myriad of ways. Okay? Okay, Wanda. We're going to loose that. Loose that! Isolation is not really our friend because we leave just as sad as we came. We be leaving just as sad as we came. That's how we know that it's not right. It's like, this didn't help me at all. I came in sad, left sad. Or hardened. We leave hardened as well. All right, Tawanda. So let's do some releasing work. Release that on this full moon on the 30th. Thank you, Tawanda. I got Jaleesa. Then I got Desmaine, Lexi, Cole, then Amana. Jaleesa. Hi, Jaleesa. Thank you for your patience, Jaleesa. I see you. Thank everybody for their patience. I appreciate y'all so much. More than you know. All right, Jaleesa. Thank you, Tawanda. All right, here we go. What do you need to release on this here new moon? Let me listen. Jaleesa, why are you so hard on yourself, Jaleesa? Jaleesa, nobody has to beat you up, Jaleesa, because you will beat yourself up. Nobody has to come in with a wrecking ball. Nobody has to come in with a white folding chair. Jaleesa is like, I got it all by myself. Me. I got it all by myself. Don't worry about it, y'all. Me, I got it all by myself. I want you to be very mindful, Jaleesa, of the pressures you put on yourself and also how you respond to things not quite being exactly right. Right? That perfectionism energy, that has to be released. Because the thing about it is, I struggle with perfectionism. Right. The thing about it is, oh y'all, this is essential oil. Bergamot. Sorry. The thing about it is, Jaleesa, we are often the only person holding ourselves to these standards. We are often the only person holding ourselves to these high standards. It's us. It's us. Even parents to children. Y'all, parents will beat themselves up for not having a particular thing a certain way. And the kids don't even be thinking about that. The kids don't even be thinking about that. But we are the tone setters for ourselves. We don't have anybody, even if we had the experience growing up where there was someone who was clocking us and always correcting us and being overly analytical and things with us. Oftentimes those people that criticize us are not around, yet we take ourselves through it, so they don't have to be there. You set the tone. And so, also, Jaleesa, you got to understand in this season, old decisions are going to come up, right? Things that you decided on in the past, as far as relationships, connectionships, moves, whatever, is going to come up, and you're going to be reminded of that, right? Because that needs to be released as well. Beating yourself up for old decisions and old choices, it does nothing. It cannot help you. Can't. I can't believe I did that. Why would I do this? I should have did that. If you knew better, if you were supposed to have done something different than you did, you would have. But in order for you to get the lesson, you have to experience what you experienced, okay? But be kind to yourself. This is also a part of this full moon. Being kind. Okay? Being kind to yourself. Let's get a moon message for you. And when I say a moon message, it's not because I believe the moon is talking to me. The moon has a particular energy that is related to the source and the spirit. Okay? So that's the energy that we're getting this message from. Hello, Mr. Moon head ass. They'll be like, Darcell, we're going to have to hit the unfollow. I talk to the moon all the time. Moon and me have so many conversations. Let's see. Okay. All right. So, I want to start off by saying here, when we talk about the message from the moon, right? You are always going to be adjusting. Adjustments are required. You are always going to be adjusting. Let me tell you something. As a business owner, this particular business, not my spiritual practice myself as a spiritualist, but my business, being online making videos, was started 3 years ago. I have made so many changes from products to video footage to how I edit, how I shoot, how I show up. How I've made so many changes. It's fixing to change in a second because I'm about sick of things. Right? And so be comfortable with the fact that you are going to always be adjusting. That is the beauty of divinity. Being able to edit. Grammarly said it best, child. I can't take credit for this. Grammarly said to error is human, to edit is divine. All right? So you got to lean into that divinity and accept that. Can somebody please cut their alarm off? Dear God. Anyways, in addition to that, though, we have the new moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. So I also want you to release these ideas that you ain't doing nothing. I'll need you to release that because you have been putting in work. The fact is that you have not acknowledged all the work that you've been putting in. You could do it by journaling. You can put sticky notes up. You could make an alarm for yourself saying you're doing a good job. Curvy girly, you're doing a good job. But you need to acknowledge the things that you have done, the accomplishments, big and small. You got to acknowledge that, boo, so you can stay present in the fact that you're progressing. Okay? You got the waxing moon here. What do you need to release? Again, in alignment with this new moon, a full moon, excuse me. All of these thoughts, all of this, I have to be right, I got to be perfect, these are the expectations. Release all of that. The only thing you have to be is learning. That's the only thing you have to be. Get a confirmation to that message of what needs to be released. Yes, the balloon comes up here for celebration. Celebrating your achievements, celebrating your accomplishments. Release not doing that. You got the river here, which speaks about renewal and rebirth. This was the change that I was speaking of. Being okay with growing. You're always rebirthing. You're always rejuvenating. You're always renewing. Okay? Proverb, 2 wise men always agree that there is no need for one of them. Even if there is anybody who has these expectations of you, it doesn't matter. You don't need the approval of other people because you're going to find some. Listen, this is why I say let people talk, right? Because people, you might as well do what you want to do because people going to figure out how to talk about you anyway. They talk about Oprah. Can you imagine being a billionaire and somebody still got something to say? Okay. That's that. Let's see some crystals for you to get. After you, I have Desmaine, then Lexi, then Cole, then Amana. Here's some crystals. What do crystals do? All right. 3. We got aquamarine. Aquamarine here. Aquamarine helps you to go with the flow, right? Free from always having to be in control and make everything. Just go with the flow. You got shungite here. Shungite. Shungite helps you to detoxify your life. And chrysoprase. Chrysoprase, which helps you to be willing and open to receive. Right? There you have it. Thank you, Jaleesa. Hi, Desmaine. Thank you for your patience. Thank you, Desmaine, for your patience. Thank you, Jessica, for your patience. Thank you, Cole. Thank you, Amana. Thank everybody for their patience. Thank you. Lord, flowing is my biggest struggle. I have to be in control. Right. Hey. Hey. Yeah. Oh, you must got some. Why start singing gospel when you popped up here? You must be holy. You must got some oil. You're welcome, Curvy Girlie. You must got some power. Whoo, child. All I do is cut up. All right. Here we go. Oh, you ain't got no power. Okay, don't worry about it. I was being hopeful. Receive it. Receive it. Okay. Let me go ahead and say my prayer and begin. After this, man, I have Lexi, Cole, and then Amana. Yes, 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 yes. Tell the Lord yes. You got some oil on you. Okay. So get over it. All right, let me say my prayer and we'll begin. Okay. Let's start here. Okay. Let's go ahead and start here. I want to speak to Do you have any earth placements? Are you like Virgo, Capricorn? Because there is a control spirit. There is a spirit of control that we must talk about. It is a spirit of control. I'm a Leo, Capricorn rising. It's that damn Capricorn rising. Okay, so I have to speak to this. I feel as though you plan for the worst and pray for the best. Now, the problem with that, your life is going to reflect your strongest thoughts. Energy flows where attention goes. So if we are putting a lot of focus on the worst outcomes and we are planning, meaning that we are putting action in, provision in place for the worst thing to come, that's where our energy is going to. Okay? And so, with that being said, I need for you to plan for the best. I need you to just expect the best. Expect that the best is gonna come out of everything. It's just gonna be the best. Just expect that. Expect the best. Plan for the best to happen. Okay, and pray that spirit's gonna take care of it if the worst occurs. Because what the spirit was showing me was you on a boat. And from my perspective, I'm looking at the ocean, the seas, the water, the tides. Everything looks so beautiful and so peaceful. And I look back at you, and you in the back like, it's probably going to be something wrong. It's going to be something wrong. So the spirit wants you to release any expectation of negative things occurring. Okay? Release that. Release. Okay? That's a part of the need, or what is that you need to release coming up at the end with the full moon here. All right, look at your life and look at the ways in which you have been planning for the worst, expecting the worst outcome, zooming in on the worst, or being pessimistic in general, and go ahead and release that. Okay, and put your efforts and your energy on the best outcome. Okay. Let's get you a moon message here. Desmond. Okay, I get that. Right. Yeah, because some of us can't deal with life being great. We're ready for somebody to pull a button and be like, it was all a lie. And we're like, it's going too good. Something's going to come and interrupt it. And now it is, because that's what you're ready for. You're not ready to just enjoy. Okay? Some of us is definitely me. Gotcha. Spirit, do you want to go with this? Do you want me to shuffle it a different way? Hold up. Spirit say the cards need to fly out. Spirit, moon message here for this. Get you one more card here. Okay. All right. So, same thing for you here. Full moon. We got the full moon. Ooh. Full moon in Pisces, right? Indicating that this is definitely something that you needed to hear. Okay. And that you need to understand and take this full moon releasing seriously. All right. So, the problem with the expecting the worst, right, is it puts us in a state of energetic paralysis where we were like, oh, I'm just not gonna do nothing at all. Okay, and I have to come for you slightly here, slightly. All right, because it's something big that you're planning to do, that you're building, or something large. It's a big thing that you're trying to birth or bring forth or commit to, something large. But the pessimistic perspectives be like, I'm just gonna hold off. I'm just wait just a little bit longer. Let me just wait. And then we finna be waiting, and then we become 85 years old, and we be like, Okay. Jasmine, don't be hiding now. Don't hide now. Oh, come out of there. On hand. All right. The delays are causing detriment. All right. So I need for you to loose that and be bold. I need you to embrace boldness. Leo. Hello. I need you to embrace boldness. And I know you're kind because I'm a Leo. And we be having grandiose ideas. Then you be like, ooh, I'm going to just hold on. Wait. Okay, I'm going to wait until the next new moon. But wait, I think I'm going to wait till spring because they said you got to wait until the flowers start growing. I'm going to wait and be bold and go for the things. And then Leos be the type of people, first of all, you the type of person that have it all figured out and talk to somebody like you ain't got nothing together. And then they ask you about it, you be like, well, I did prepare all this. And you be like, mother, now you had all this stuff ready. You got all these ideas, all this knowing how to execute it and everything. You just make it up in your mind. I'm a delay. Okay, so Darcell, you are the truth, period. Am I? Oh, is this wifey? Am I hitting it on the head? But so what starts to happen is not me sitting on an LLC. Didn't I tell you that's how they do? Didn't I tell you? Just sitting there with a whole LLC. Let me tell you something. People is running full-fledged businesses. Full-fledged businesses with no documentation. And be us with the documentation like, I'm going to just hold off. You be like, what? Okay? So, this is what I need you to know, though. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, good. This is what I need you to know. That energy is building up. All right? And things are going to start going wrong. Now, hear me when I say this. If you don't move, this is not just for you, this is for all of us. This is 20 people on YT, the people that's on Clock App. This is for all of us. Let me tell you how Spirit does this spiritual math real quick. Spirit says, you not going to move, plus you knowing you need to move, plus you having all the skills and all the tools to make a move, is going to equal to me disrupting everything to where you have to make a move. I know people who's supposed to start their business. They had their stuff, was kept pushing, and then suddenly they lost their job. And now they struggling, but striving to get their business together. Don't let that be you. Okay? Don't let that be us, because Spirit is going to shake and rattle and roll some things to get you to go where you need to go. That's just the nature of Spirit. Spirit's like, okay, you won't move, let me move you. That's like what they say. Oh, we finna start moving some furniture in here. Okay. Listen, she is the most creative and talented person I've ever met in my life. All our families tell her that. Uh-huh. Sheality says that literally happened to me. Did that happen to you? I know she is. I know she is so talented and amazing. So this card comes here. New moon eclipse. Expect a powerful change. So let's get on top of our things so the powerful change is also pleasant. Okay? So you already know what you need to release. That fear, that worry, those negative thoughts, that doubtfulness. Release that. Okay, make sure she does a old nasty burn letter and release that energy. All right, write down all the stuff that's holding her back, all the thoughts. I don't care if it's 1 page, 2 page, 25 pages, and burn it. Okay, let's get you some crystals, boo. Then after you, I have Lexi, then Cole, then Amana. And I is done. Because we got to have a Talk Tuesday with the Lighthouse. Okay? Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, today, and you can't make this up, we got Moonstone. Moonstone helps you to literally live in your purpose. Live in your purpose. So, sounds like we need some Moonstone jewelry. All right. You also want to get some apophyllite. Apophyllite. Apophyllite helps you to stay positive. Okay. And sodalite. Sodalite helps you to speak your truth. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Karen Denise, I want one. Oh, a full moon reading? My list is closed, boo. You gotta cut your notifications on so you know when I go live. Okay? I got Lexi. It's okay, Karen. I got Lexi. Where's Lexi? Lexi, thank you for your patience, my dear. Lexi's like, hurry up now. Lexi, and then Cole, and then Amana. Hey, Lexi, I see you, boo. I just bought Soda Light for the wife. I guess it's mine. LOL. Thank you so much for all the insight. No problem. Thank you. Thank you for trusting me. Hey, Pink Lady J. Mm-hmm. All right. Honey, one thing about the people come through, they jazzy. Okay. Let me tell you something. One thing about me. Listen, when I get old, when I get 70, 80, I'm gonna be jazzy. Okay. That's my goal, to be jazzy. Now, you know an old black person is doing good and looking good when someone say that they're jazzy. Okay. Ooh, he jazzy. That's right, baby. Jazzy. Okay. Here we go. Rita Fleming. Is that my cousin? Hey, cousin. Hey, cousin. Oh, Lord, here's your cousin. Now listen, don't come on here acting up. Okay? Don't come on here acting up. Is this my cousin? This gotta be my cousin. It gotta be my cousin. Has to be. That is my cousin. Hey, don't come on here acting up, okay? Let's keep it together for the Tolliver. Let's keep. Okay. All right. So, Pink Lady J, let's start here. I feel the spirit kept showing me all of this overwhelm. Okay? In the sense of you having these rushes of ideas, these rushes of creativity, all of this stuff that you want to do. But the problem is that you tend to overload yourself and overwhelm yourself. Okay? You tend to overwhelm yourself and then you get too ambitious, right? And this is what happens for a lot of us. We say, I'm going to get up, pray, meditate, walk, come back, exercise, make my food, watch this, watch that, and then you're not going to do that consistently. You're not going to do it consistently, right? And so we end up setting ourselves up for failure. Because we're just not. We're not going to do it consistently. And so we then overwhelm and overload our plates because we be too ambitious. When sometimes we just have to sit back and say, wait a minute now. All I need to do, let me just start here. Let's focus on this task and on that task and on this one here. All right? And so what is necessary for you to release is that energy of overwhelm, which is really led by thinking that you are running out of time. Thinking that you got to get all of the stuff in as fast as possible by a certain time. And if you don't have your stuff together by a certain time, then all of these other problems and things are going to happen and all of that stresses you out, right? And causes you to be overly ambitious, right? So what I want to offer to you before we get the messages from the moon energy, what I want to offer you is a different way to look at priority and prioritizing, right? So what takes priority? Priority is not about what's important. And I need everybody to hear me. Some of y'all have heard me say this. Priority is not about what's important because you look at it and say, all this is important. Everything's important. So it's not about what's important. Priority is, what can I do today with the resources that I have at this very moment? What can I do today with the resources that I have at this very moment? What can I do? If I got to wait till my check come next week or got to wait till Friday to do, I'm not thinking about this then. If I got to wait until this comes into play, that comes into play, this, that, then that's not what takes priority. What takes priority today is what I can actually do and complete. Okay? Because we overwhelm ourselves. Any other way, we overwhelm ourselves. We overwhelm ourselves. And that's how we get burnt out. Then when you are actually able to see a thing through and complete a thing, you end up so tired that that's all you do. So then you end up knocking or completing only one of your things out of the 12 things. And then you feel like a failure because you only completed one thing. You got one success and 11 failures. So then the success ends up not mattering. So you see that cycle that we run into. Okay. She says, you're so right. I'll be so overwhelmed. I'm all over the place. Right. Right. Got you. Okay. So that being said, we got a lot of Sagittarius energy coming up here. First and foremost, we got new moon and Sagittarius coming up here, right? And so this new moon here in Sagittarius, luck is on your side. What this is saying is that God, the source, the spirit, the universe, is working things out for you, right? So you don't have to worry about doing all this, overexerting yourself, all of this stuff, trying to bring this stuff into fruition. It's already going to come into fruition. You can't miss what the spirit already has for you. Can't miss it. So you can't work harder enough. You can't miss it. So that's why pacing yourself is important. And it's all you need to do, because what's coming to you is going to come to you. Okay. You got the new moon in Pisces, which shows up here. New moon in Pisces. And what this is speaking to is the fact that you need to sit down somewhere and meditate and contemplate and still yourself, right? Which we just talked about with your overwhelm and being all over the place, right? But you got to learn or find some time to still yourself. STILL. Find some time to still yourself. So this is when we look up grounding techniques. We look up mindful meditation and mindfulness practices to help you still yourself and come to center. Okay? And full moon in Sagittarius comes up here. When full moon in Sagittarius comes here, this is telling us to look at the bigger picture, right? But this is saying zoom out. Okay? Zoom out. So zoom out of this here thing. All right? Zoom out. Because being so close up on it, that's what causes, you can't fully see the big picture when you're right here. You got to back up and then keep fixing it, right? So zoom out, look at the whole thing. Don't become hyper fixated on all these little minute details. It just overwhelms you. Okay? Let's get you some crystals that you need to get and or work with. Okay. The first crystal that comes up here is tourmalinated quartz. I'm gonna leave this up here, honey, so you can go ahead and see it real good, because this is recorded, so you can always replay it. Tourmalinated quartz. This particular crystal helps you to get out of your own way, right? So you can stop being the cause of your overwhelm and then your downfall. All right. You also have rainbow obsidian, because I want you to explore what void you are trying to fill by doing the most, right? What void is this trying to cover up? What am I trying not to deal with that's linked to family relationships and connections that I just try to work myself out of it, right? You got to be careful if you are someone who's a busy person all the time. Because a lot of times when you really busy yourself, it's because you're avoiding something, right? And the very thing that you don't want to go, or you don't want to confront, is the very thing you need for your healing. Okay. And lastly, this crystal here, Epidot or Dote, EPIDOTE, is going to help you to go deeper into yourself to help you find those answers. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Pink Lady J. Simmer down now. Simmer down. Okay. I got Cole and then I got Amana. Cole, are you here? Thank you for your patience, Cole. Thank you. I needed to hear this. You are so welcome. You are welcome. Just so y'all know, I'm live both on the Clock app here and I'm live on my YouTube. Hey, Cole, I see you, boo. So if y'all want to go back and rewind and watch your readings, you can go and do that. All right, Ricole, how are you doing? Ricole, you have such a beautiful spirit. Beautiful, beautiful energy about you. All right, let me just go ahead and say my prayer and we will get started. Okay. Okay. I got you next. I was just saying, Amana, that you're coming next after this one. Okay. Cole, let's start here. A part of your shadow work or a part of your, shadow work is to look at how you were handed a lot of responsibility. All right. Especially stemming from childhood, how you sort of caught everything. Okay. How you sort of always caught either the brunt of everything or you ended up having to have a lot of responsibility. And so I also feel like there is this thing with you about not wanting to miss something, like not wanting to miss. You want to be hyper focused on every detail so you don't miss something and mess up. What this is a ridiculous amount of pressure. Okay? It's a ridiculous amount of pressure that you put on yourself because that has been an experience that you were used to. Okay? And I also feel like because of that, Ricole says, yes. Because of that, you absorb you take a lot of things personal. That's one. Okay. You take and a lot of things, like you're very sensitive, right, to energy, to what goes on around you, and you end up absorbing people's stuff. But that is because you've had a practice of that, of you absorbing people's responsibilities all of your life. And so you're on like autopilot with that. Something go wrong for somebody else and somehow it end up being on you. You be like, now what? Now how I get in it? Now how I get in it? So what you need to release is unnecessary responsibility. Unnecessary responsibility. Taking ownership, taking responsibility for everybody's shit. Or inserting yourself in it because you think that you can fix it, or you'll be the only one able to. Ricole, put your cape down. Can we put that in the comments? Ricole, put your cape down. Okay? And start to speak that in the morning or in the rising, in the AM, in the great getting up, whatever we're supposed to say now, grand rising, in the rising. Okay? Start speaking that. I am only responsible for me. I will not take on the responsibilities of other people. I do not have to be everyone's solution. And I know it to be true because that's something I struggle with. I be thinking that I got to be the solution. It got to be me. No, it don't got to be you. And guess what? If it's not you, they're going to be all right. I'm going to believe that the same spirit team that I got a spirit team, you got a spirit team. I'm going to go ahead and, oh Lord, I'm going to go ahead and believe that for you. I'm going to believe for you. You don't got to believe. I'm going to believe for you. Oh Lord. That's real good. I do not have to be everyone's solution. And guess what? I am not everyone's solution. Hold on, Ricole, I got to pivot here because somebody needs to hear this. I am not the solution. Some of us have gotten into relationships with people that we thought we could fix. And when they kept on being who they were, we start thinking less of us because we think that we are the solution. It's not that there was anything wrong with you, boo. You just weren't that person's solution. You were not the solution to their problems because their problems didn't have to do with you. I am not the solution. No. I would not make myself the solution. I can't ever be a solution for somebody's growth. I would rob them of their growth. It's not me. I'm not the solution. They are their solution. Okay? They are their solution. Okay? Let's get you your moon messages here. But I am not the solution. And hey, Alafia Afro Spiritual. Ooh, I just literally released friends thinking I could be an example, but they hurt me instead. Right, Ricole? That's why I had to interrupt the message for you, boo. And I had to say, hey, let's get clear about this. I'm not everyone's solution. And those of us who identify as healers, those of us who are readers, those of us who are this, who are that, I am not the solution. We struggle with that. There's clientele that have come to me that I was not the solution. I sent them somewhere else, but I was not the solution. They were their own solution. Okay? Sorry, people keep calling me. No, you okay? I'm still on recall. So your moon message is recall. We got the super moon here, right? Because emotions are high. Emotions are high. We know this because we got the full moon in Pisces that we're stepping to, right? We have this full moon in Pisces that we are stepping to. And so with the full moon in Pisces, you're automatically going to be sensitive. You're automatically going to be overly sensitive. So as we've been talking about your energy of taking things on, this is going to be heightened. We're in the shadow period now. So it's going to be heightened. So I need you to resist making decisions in this space. I need you to lean more into taking care of yourself and nurturing yourself, and also resist projects. Resist helping people, honey. This is to say no. Okay, I need you to do that. All right. And we got the full moon in Scorpio. Release the negativity. I want you to focus on this. And you don't have to comment it. If you do, if you wish to, you can. Who did you try to save in your young adult life or childhood life that you couldn't? I want you to think about that. Who did you try to save in your young adult life and or in your childhood that you couldn't save? I want you to look at that, think about that, and dwell on that, and release that responsibility. All that water, right? All that water. Release that responsibility. There we go, recall. My father is the first that comes to mind. Right. And so I need for us, this is very important. Recall this for you, and this is for all of us, all everyone else with their capes on. You're not the solution. Their problem started before you, and there was nothing you can do about that. But now this has materialized, has transferred, has alchemized into our life, and we have identified as helpers and healers and saviors and this, super women, super men, super people, because we are still trying to save our father through other people. We're still trying to save our mother through other people. Okay? I need you to release that. I need you to release that. Because you will find that some of these people that you have tried to save there and after reflected your father. Okay? So I want you to sit down with your pen and pad, write that stuff down, burn it, release it to the wind. Wow, his birthday is coming this weekend, and in a month, the anniversary of his transition. Got you. Got you. Got you. That's why the spirit brought forth this super moon here, to let you know that this season is going to be a lot emotionally. Okay? But this also means that this is the prime time to free yourself. Okay? Thank you for sharing that. The message for the moon is also about the south node. This is how you know that the stuff's in alignment. The south node. Don't let your past hold you back. So I would look in your natal chart. If you don't have your calculator, you can go to Google, look up birth chart, natal chart. Don't let your past hold you back. All right? This is talking about exactly what we were speaking of. Okay? Don't let it hold you back. Let's get you some crystals. Okay? Okay. So you have here, let me see what's at the bottom. You have here some angel aura quartz. Angel aura quartz. Okay. Angel aura quartz is going to help lighten the frequency and lighten the vibration. All right. So you want to get some of that. You want to get you some hematite. Hematite is going to help you to ground yourself. And you want to get some selenite or work with selenite. Selenite helps you to clear the clutter, the stagnant energy. Okay? All right, Ricole. Thank you, Ricole. You got this, boo. You got this. Thank you. Amana. Hey, Amana. Amana's like, finally. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Ricole. Thank you so much. Hey, boo. All right. Although we've come to the end of the list, we are finished. Okay. Here we go, Amana. Come on now. Okay. Sorry, I'm just briefly responding to this. Okay. Here we go. Review. I think that's gonna come up here with this new moon, with the full moon, Amana. So let's see what comes up. I'm gonna go ahead and say my prayer. Okay, Amana. The first thing that the spirit showed me was this big, beautiful jewel that sunk down into darkness. Okay, as if to hide itself. The question that comes up is, in what ways have you been downplaying yourself, dimming your light, or not fully going in pursuit of your potential? Okay? We got to release that. Whatever thoughts about inadequacies, whatever thoughts of I don't know if I can measure up with this, whatever thoughts of I don't know where my next level is, I don't know if I can do that has to be released. Because your life, we said this earlier, this is something that Dr. Kimberly said. And if y'all ain't seen that Dr. Kimberly interview, I definitely suggest y'all. She talks about burnout. We talk about burnout. Your life will align with your strongest thought. So in what ways have you been downplaying yourself and dimming your light? And not fully sitting in the fullness of your greatness, of your self-expression, of your true self. Okay? Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. And so we be holding it down on this end. And we think it's all covered up. The lie detector determined that is a lie. Okay? So I want you to examine that. Let me listen. Whose shoes are you trying to fill? Whose shoes are you trying to fill? Or whose expectations are you trying to measure up to? Because the only expectation you need to measure up to is your own. You are the expectation. We talked about this earlier, right? How we be setting expectations for ourselves, and we're the only one that's expecting us to meet this expectation. So I want you to examine that. I want you to also look at the ways in which you've been operating with a comparison spirit. A spirit of comparing yourself to other people, other businesses, other something, especially from the financial perspective, but in any ways that you have been comparing yourself. I want you to be mindful of that. Because from forth that comparison is what lends the dimming. Okay? So I want you to be very, very mindful of that, because we need to live in the fullness of ourselves. So when this full moon come up, we releasing that. I am undimmable. This is the lighthouse, honey. We are undimmable. We are the lights. We're undimmable. Hey, how can we get a reading? My list is closed. This is actually my last reading for today, but I'm gonna be back on tomorrow doing these readings. Okay, let's get you a message from the moon, Amana. Listen, Shiality, we getting all the affirmations. Let me tell you something. This is how I know it's true. Okay? We got the full moon in Virgo showing up here. Which says specifically, you are good enough. You are good enough. So we don't have to lean into the comparison. We don't have to dim. We don't have to. Everywhere I am is exactly where it is that I belong. So when you ask what's being revealed to you, your true power. Oh, honey, this hair wrap just so slipping and slipping. I was going to be way back here with it. Your true power, your true nature. That's what's being revealed to you. The question is, once you have seen it, what then will you do? Full moon in Virgo comes up here, right? So the same full moon energy, releasing the thoughts of not being good enough, not measuring up. Okay? We also have this here, which is very interesting. Message from the moon. Hey, Nakwasi. Hey, we got new moon in Libra. So a new romantic cycle begins. Now, this can be in one or two ways. Now I'm cackling. Absolutely. This is a new romance cycle, honey. I don't know what this new relationship you got coming up. Yes, this could be something, a new relationship with yourself and how you view yourself, but also the garden. I asked the clarification. The garden comes up with the front porch. Front porch normally means we got visitors. So that's that. Okay. Let's get you another card from the moon. Message from the moon. Very good. We got new moon in Taurus here, which speaks to prosperity lies ahead. All right. So we got some abundance here. What that means, it means that there's somebody else that may enter the picture. And so, oh, I'm married, so what new romance? Rip me out to plastic. I've been acting brand new. Hold on. Calm down, Amana. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Hold on. Hold your mule. Okay. This is good. Hold your mule, Amana. That's why I said earlier. Okay? I said this new romantic cycle can be somebody else or it can be with yourself. Before you pull out the 9mm and start running down the street, Chef Vincent comes out, which talks about, and he's in reverse, which speaks about a reinvention of self. Okay? Simmer. That's why I pulled the clarifier. Please put it up. Put the gat up. Put the gat up. Please. Put the gat up. Okay? This is talking about personally. For you, as you. Okay? Put the gat up. That's okay. That's why I clarify. That's why I pulled the clarifiers, because it has happened before on live. And some folks can be, Michelle probably was there when it happened, where it was revealed on the live that it was some extracurricular activities or new relationships coming in. But this is talking about for self. Okay? Girl, let's get you some crystals. Let's get you some crystals. Happened to my boo, but it was revealed. It sure did. Yeah. Because if it was that it was going to be extracurricular activities, the butcher knife would have flew out here that said betrayal and backstabbing. Okay. So it's good. She wasn't even surprised. That's the sad part. Right. Oh, yeah, I remember. Amana was getting ready to put the grease on the hot grits on the stove, honey. It's like, don't worry about it. The psychic told me. Okay. So, here we go. Crystals. Tiger's Eye. Tiger's Eye crystal. Tiger's Eye helps you to overcome your fears. Okay? Tiger's Eye helps you to overcome your fears. You got the tourmalinated quartz to help you get out of your own way. Not the grids. Yeah, she was finna have the grids. Okay. And then you got you some aquamarine. That helps you to go with the flow. Okay. Get those crystals. But this is the time for reinvention of self. This is the time of the truth of your expression. All right. So release the dimming of light. Release that. Release that. Any thoughts, any feelings, any experiences that make you feel less than, release that. Because it's inaccurate. Okay, Amana? Amana would have been in the bed with the bonnet on like this. Not watching them sleep. You just breathe wrong, mother. Breathe wrong and it's over with. Thank you. Okay, y'all. I feel like Whitney Houston. I have nothing left. Okay. I'm getting ready to prepare to speak to the Patreon. If I don't fall out. Y'all join the Patreon. The link is in the bio. We got our Talk Tuesday. Oh, yeah, honey. My list, I'm done. But I'm getting back on tomorrow. I'll be doing these up until the full moon. Okay. Not Andrew or Cancer. Dear God. Yay. All right. It's all in my bio. It's all in the description. I love y'all from a light-filled place. Peace, y'all.